Welcome to the desert sands of Rajasthan, where the dunes themselves have long served as a stage. This is a visual and acoustic guide to the incredible Khyals, Leelas, and epics that form the beating heart of rural Indian drama. Emerging prominently in the 18th century, these folk dramas did something remarkable. They transformed localized historical events and deep Hindu mythology into accessible, public art. But this theatre doesn't rely on elaborate, expensive sets. Instead, it relies on three core elements. First, the Harkara, the indispensable narrator who guides the audience, links the subplots, and dictates the entire rhythm of the show. Second, the acoustic backbone, a heavy reliance on regional wind and percussion instruments. And finally, the audience itself. Unlike modern theatre, this crowd is highly interactive, relying on the active vocal participation of the community. To understand Rajasthani folk theatre, we must look at its four distinct pillars. First, the Khyals, mythological and historical musical dramas. Second, tribal and ritual epics, native to the Bhil tribe, featuring massive devotional 40-day cycles. Third, community satires and Rammats, driven by poetic competitions and biting social commentary. And fourth, the Divine Leelas, theatrical reenactments celebrating the lives of the gods. Let's delve into the soul of this musical drama, the Khyal tradition. The word Khyal literally translates to thought or imagination. It is Rajasthan's premier folk style, placing an immense premium on vocal mastery. As the tradition spread across the state, it splintered into unique regional variations, each beautifully shaped by local dialects, regional instruments, and royal patronage. Structured around continuous musical dialogues, these performances bring to life the grand tales of historical heroes like Goga Chauhan or legendary lovers like Hiya Ranjha, all orchestrated by the trusted Harkara. Across the desert, 6 distinct Khyal styles emerged. From the Kuchamani style of Lachiram and the Shekhawati tales popularized by Duliya Rana, to the progressive Jaipuri format which uniquely welcomed female performers from the Gunis and Khana. In the east, we find the Kanhaiya style with its unique media narrator, the Krishna-devoted Ali Bakshi style sung in the Ahirwati dialect, and the booming Hela style of Lalsot, defined by its high-pitched vocal calls. But vocal mastery isn't just about storytelling, it's also about combat. Enter the Turra Kalangi, a fierce, competitive poetic duel. Legend says the king of Chanderi gifted a royal Turra and Kalangi to honor 2 distinct saints. This gave birth to 2 theatrical factions. The Turra faction, flying a saffron flag, represents Lord Shiva and was founded by the Hindu saint Tukanji. The Kalangi faction, flying a green flag, represents goddess Parvati and was founded by the Muslim saint Shah Ali. Today, their passionate followers engage in an interactive, poetic competition known as a Gamat or Dangal, driven by the sharp, rhythmic snap of the Chang drum. Moving south into the tribal heartland, we encounter Gavari, an intense, 40-day religious epic native to the Bhil tribe. Rooted deeply in the mythological tale of Shiv Bhasmasur, this sacred festival begins the very day after Raksha Bandhan and features strictly male performers. The cast is led by iconic figures, Lord Shiva, known as Rebudia, Parvati, referred to as Gavari or Rai, the narrator Kutukuriya, and the essential comic relief, Jhatpatiya. The ritual flows through strict spiritual milestones. Milestone 1, the community shamans, or Bhopas, seek divine permission from Khera Devi. Milestone 2, the performers completely leave their homes for 40 days, traveling to perform mini-dramas like Kalu Keer and Nehel. Milestone 3, every single sub-story is bound together by a continuous, looping dance called the Gavari Ki Ghai. Milestone 4, the long cycle finally culminates in Gadivan Valavan, the sacred crafting and emotional immersion of the goddess idol. Further west, born directly from folk poetry competitions, is Rammat, the poetry of the wooden plank. Traditionally kicking off with devotional Ramdevji bhajans and seasonal Chaumasa songs, Rammat flourished in 2 major desert hubs. In the Jaisalmer hub, it was profoundly popularized by Tej Kavi, who founded the Sri Krishna Company. In a daring act of artistic rebellion in 1943, Tej Kavi composed the patriotic work Swatantra Bhavani, openly defying British rule, and gifted it directly to Mahatma Gandhi. Meanwhile, in the Bikaner hub, Rammats are heavily performed during the festival of Holi by Pushkarna Brahmins. The stage is uniquely constructed on large wooden platforms called patas, giving life to legendary regional epics like Amar Singh Rathore at the historic Acharyo Ka Chowk. Folk theatre is also a powerful tool for holding a mirror up to society through sharp satire and masterful disguise. Take Bhavai, the anonymous satire. Originating near the Gujarat border and founded by Bagji, its commercial actors, known as Sagaji and Sagiji, never actually introduced their true identities on stage. Instead, they use raw, energetic drama to tackle brutal class struggles, perfectly encapsulated in Shanta Gandhi's famous play, Jasmal Odan. Parallel to this is Swam, the pure art of impersonation. This is the proud domain of the Barupiya, meaning, one who takes many forms. These artists dress with meticulous accuracy to impersonate mythological figures. It is famous for the Naharo Ka Swang in Bhilwara, and was brought to international acclaim by the legendary Padma Shri Janki Lal Bhang, affectionately known across the globe as the Monkey Man. The desert winds also brought brilliant cross-cultural adaptations to the Rajasthani stage, showing how beautifully fluid art can be. Look closely at Charbain. Traveling all the way from Afghanistan to the princely state of Tonk, it was originally sung in Pashto and adapted locally by Karim Khan Nihal. It features a highly unique performance style where the singer kneels dramatically while playing a frame drum called the dab. Then there is Tamasha, which migrated from Maharashtra straight into the courts of Jaipur. Introduced by Bansidhar Bhatt under the royal patronage of Maharaja Savai Pratap Singh, it famously featured pioneering performers like the acclaimed dancer Gauhar Jan. And on the eastern edge, Nautanki crossed over from Hathras, Uttar Pradesh, into Bharatpur. Founded by Bhuri Lal Ji, this grand style is named after the 9 distinct instruments traditionally required to stage its sweeping historical epics, such as the legendary tales of Allah Odal. Beyond political commentary and satire, the stage is a temple for reenacting the lives of the gods through the Divine Leelas. First is Ramalila, founded by the great Saint Tulsidas. While celebrated across India, Rajasthan injects its own brilliant local quirks. For instance, in the town of Bissaur, the entire Ramlila is performed in complete, spellbinding silence. And in Ataru, the mythical, sacred bow of Shiva is not broken by Lord Rama. Instead, the local public rushes the stage to destroy it together. Then we have Raslila, founded by Vallabhacharya, which centers entirely on the life incidents and divine playfulness of Lord Krishna. Its major performance powerhouses include Fulera, Kaman, and Asalpur. Different regions and local tribes have carved out their own deeply specific divine processions. The Garasia tribe of Mount Abu performs the mesmerizing Gaur Leela. Here, women dance with immense grace, balancing heavy wooden gaur or idols directly on their heads, while the men don masks and engage in highly coordinated, ritualistic fencing. Meanwhile, the towns of Ghusanda and Basi in Chittor give us the Sankadik Leela. This tradition manifests as a grand, theatrical procession through the streets, featuring heavily masked actors embodying cosmic entities like Brahma, Kalika, and the fierce, protective Narisimhavatar, the half-man, half-lion incarnation of Hindu law. As we have heard throughout our journey, the true heartbeat of the desert stage is its acoustic instrumentation. Without expensive digital soundscapes, these 4 regional instruments drive the entire emotional weight of the stories. The massive Naubat and Bam kettle drums, which drive the echoing, high-pitched vocal calls of the Hela Khyal. The large DAF frame drum, rhythmically beaten by kneeling singers to dictate the pace of the Charbain. The classical Sarangi and Nagada, the melodic and percussive power duo backing the fast-paced, commercial satires of Bhavai. And the Chang, the iconic tambourine-like drum that keeps perfect time during the fierce, lightning-fast poetic duels of the Turra Kalangi. When we map these traditions out, a fascinating synthesis insight emerges. Geography entirely dictated the narrative format. In the south, Mewar's proximity to tribal belts and the Gujarat border yielded deeply ritualistic and satirical forms like Gagri and Bhavai. In the west, the vast desert isolation of Marwar and Bikaner acted as a cultural shield, preserving pure, untainted poetic forms like the Ramat. In central Dhundhar, royal wealth and patronage naturally attracted highly structured, polished urban forms like Tamasha and the Jaipuri Khyal. And finally, the highly porous eastern borders acted as a hotbed for cross-cultural exchange, adopting energetic external styles like UPS Nautanki. Ultimately, the folk theatre of Rajasthan has never been mere entertainment. It stands as a living historical record, the social conscience, and the raw spiritual devotion of a resilient people. From silent, community-driven Ram Leelas to fierce, rhythmic poetic duels, the desert stage ensures that the stories, the history, and the vibrant soul of these sands will never be forgotten. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment if you enjoyed this quick revision.